Test, test. Test, test, test. Test. Yes, 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 man. What is going on? Welcome to the Money Flow Sunday service. Hopefully, you can hear me. When you can, let me know. Okay, loud and clear. Cool, cool, cool. Let's turn this down. We got a little feedback. Welcome to Sunday service. So, the point of Sunday service. We know you can hear me on Instagram too. Looks like you can. I just want to make sure before I cut through. We'll go ahead and pin it. We'll pin it. We'll pin it. Turn off commenting so we don't get sidetracked, man. That much gathers more is true on every plane of existence, and that loss leads to greater loss is equally true. Mind is creative, and conditions, environment, and all life experiences are the result of our habitual and predominant mental attitude. One of the things about the money flow concept, there's a lot of ways to view the stock market. There's a lot, but you can't use a lot, and most of us need to narrow down for a bit. What people miss about the money flow is that the money flow is fractal. And sometimes people say, well, what about maybe it's day trading? Yeah, it's fractal, meaning you can break it down, man. And so it works on any time frame. And when you have a stage 4 decline underway here, the little run-ups to the 20. So when you have a stage 4 decline, and we'll talk about what that is, inside of the fractal nature of the money flow, right in here, when it starts to establish what looks like a stage 1, if we were to drop that time frame down, and because of the fractal nature of the money flow, it's a never-ending pattern. See, and when I say fractal, what I mean is like Bitcoin is fractal. One time I had a guy, supposedly an influencer, and as I was talking to him, he said, well, most people can't afford Bitcoin. What? What do you mean you can't afford Bitcoin? Bitcoin is fractal. Fractals are infinitely complex patterns. It's a fractal pattern. It can be broken down, man. It's a fractal, not necessarily a fractal pattern. It's a fractal. Well, what the money flow is it's fractal as well. So inside of what we see here on this is a daily chart. We're going to come off that. Matter of fact, you really don't even deserve indicators. A lot of people come to indicators and they want to use what moving average should I use and what filter should I run. You don't need any of that, man. You need to get in flow with the market. You need to deserve the things that you say. You need to walk as if and talk as though. There's no moving average on here. Nothing. It's just price. And on mine, you may have candlesticks. Well, shit, we can change that real quick. That ain't no big deal. If you got my course, Getting Started with Stock Charts, all that stuff should be like simple as that. There we go. Bam, updated. If that makes you feel better, now you got a little candlestick. And it tells you the same thing, man. And we can look at this, we can back it out. And you can put your bottoms, right? So you could come over here, let's annotate. This is what the money flow allows you to do. You could find a top and a bottom and a top and a bottom, right? What is this? A top. Actually, we're going to find out it's actually going to be here. And a bottom, and then a top, right? Which is basically, once you learn it, it's there, right? And a bottom, right? And a bottom, top, right? Oh, here's a fake one. And these are just pivot turns, man. Some people call them pivot points. In the money flow world, I would call this an anchor, and I would call this a pivot. Not a pivot, an apex point, excuse me. Apex, and that makes sense. Apex is the top of the mountain, and an anchor. And some people just call them pivot points. You can see them, it don't matter what you call them, as long as you call them the same thing. But based on the vernacular, I can always tell how deep someone is down the money flow. Because you're not going to hear me say shit like bearish triangle flags and pennants and all that nonsense. That don't mean nothing. Not inside the money flow. Don't mean they're not there, and if it's inside of the way you trade. But what I'm saying when I say that is to guard my mind, meaning I have a particular way that I see. Mind is creative, and conditions, environments, and all experiences in life are the result of our habitual. Now, a lot of times when you hear that word habitual, you think bad things. Man, he's an habitual drug abuser. What does that mean? I mean, this motherfucker don't stop. I am habitually MFG money flow user. I know. Call me silly. I like to stick to it. When everybody else quits, I double down on it. And that's given me faith. That's why I call it Sunday service, because if you don't have faith in the stock market, you're doomed. Almost dropped an F-bomb at 1:05 Central Time, but I did not. You're doomed. Now, what do we see here? We got the bottom of this decline. We can start to chart it. Now, all of this makes sense to me inside of the concept of the money flow, which I believe means price moves in stages. It'll move sideways, it'll run up, it'll move sideways, it'll come down, it'll move sideways. Now, this is a fractal pattern. The pattern doesn't have to do sideways up, sideways down, sideways up. It could go sideways up, sideways. Stage 3 turns into a 1. We break out and run again. That's called a break. That's called a runaway. That's often the one that kills people the most, meaning as they start to learn the money flow, they're not used to making 30, 40, they're not used to having 100, 200, 300% run. So as soon as they're up 30, 40%, man, they're like, give me the bag. And they start closing. Well, it's got to be a stage 4 decline. Now, hopefully, as you mature in the market, as you learn about fundamentals, as it begins to alter your life, meaning you should be almost at an F-bomb at 7:07. Alter your life, 1:07, correction. It should be evident. So everyone around you should know you're a stock trader. It should be evident in your life, man. That's what they mean by the term habitual. So as this comes down, I don't make the assumption that I don't know where it's going, man. I'm letting price do it. But here's one thing I've learned about price is that wherever price has been before, previous highs, previous lows, it can easily go again. And that's how we get these terms like support and resistance, right? And this isn't science as much as art, as much as it's a fractal pattern. And inside of this fractal pattern is chaos. Here's the thing. Success is always organized chaos. I mean, I don't know where the fuck it's going. Some people think they do. Those people are dumb. They don't know it. A lot of people get paid to bullshit. They just talk. They don't know what they're talking about, man. They have no idea. And this is, you don't need indicators, man, to see the money flow. That's the money flow. What the indicators do is help us see clearly and faster. It's like putting a scope on a gun. I don't need a scope to shoot you, okay? But if you put sights on it, it helps me narrow it down. If I put a scope on it, it helps me narrow it down and think in terms of trading. All the indicators are to do is to help you narrow this down as quick, as clear as possible. Okay? You can still hit it without it if you can watch the pattern. Tweet that, hit it without it. Now let me show you something. This is the faith part. This here is a chart of the Dow Jones Industrial Average over the last 100 years. I just ordered one of these framed. Put it in my living room. You come in and be like, what the fuck? That's the Dow Jones Industrial Average, last 100 years. What the fuck do you have in your living room? Let's see. I still got to sell that, though. I'm going to hang it somewhere. This is the Dow Jones. Now, here's one thing I know. My whole life, this thing has gone up with temporary moments of insanity. See, success is always organized chaos. Page 8 out of my ebook, How to Be 10 Foot Tall and Bulletproof, says success is always organized chaos. The world and the universe are perfectly balanced. The planets never collide with each other. The root of trees are always long enough to stabilize the trunk. And the sun, man, it never gets too close to the earth. The rivers, the streams, they always lead into the lake or the sea. Fact is, nature has this very crafty survival system. It's a system that eliminates the weak from gaining too much power and authority. To protect itself, nature purges itself of anything that can't handle the pressure. That's what these are. Little moments of purge to get out the weak, the retail traders, the home gamers. We got to bust them out. Look at this money flow pattern. See it? Price drops. Now this is what I look to do. I'm going to leave the indicators on right now. You don't need these indicators, man. You don't need these. There's your high. And that's what, in the money flow game, I call an anchor point and an apex point. Now, government tell you past performance is not indicative of future results, and yet they look at past performance to decide where to place the interest rates. That's weird. I never hear Jerome Powell say, oh, by the way, we're thinking about raising interest rates. But guess what? Those reports we're using, past performance is not indicative of future results. We shouldn't even use them. But they do. I digress. I never get that warning from you, JP. What's up? Let's see. These are anchor points. You notice they never tell you that. They always use the past. The president runs on the past, by the way. Look what I did. He never looks at me and says, but guess what, Gerald? Past performance is not indicative of future results. No, just traders like me have to say that shit. Not the government, not fucking Federal Reserve, not anybody. But I do. There you go. Was that too much? You're giving me the cut it knife across the throat. What does that mean, man? Apparently, I got to have handlers. This here is the money flow pattern. Now, what makes it the challenge in the gray areas? Look at that. See where price broke down? That's where the newbie starts to, oh shit, here comes stage 4. Is it? Have we confirmed yet? Is price closed below it? I always like to give it one more candle. Let's be certain. And then what? We push back up. That comes with maturity. Right? A lot of new cats. If I just show them this, they'll be like, oh shit, we got to get out. Stage 4, Gerald. What do you think? You think it's time to get out? We got to get out. We got to get out. Maybe we keep going. Maybe we keep going. Yeah, but what about now? It's going to go down now, right? I don't know. Maybe. Didn't this one? I mean, I don't know. Didn't on this one? Maybe we keep going. Maybe you calm the fuck down. And guess what? What does it say? Money flow and the 4 stages of price movement. The stock market goes up much as 71% of the time. Hey, but let's place a big bet on 29%. That sounds smart. I don't know. The problem is it's not a straight line. Price can only do one of 3 things: move up, move down, go sideways. I believe price does this in 4 stages. See, when they invented the what do they call it? With the transportation, Dow theory. When they first invented the Dow theory, you guys know who Dow was, right? Dow and Jones? I hope you do. I hope you're doing your homework, man. You're supposed to be studying the history of the stock market. I meet a lot of you cats, you're 26, 27, 28. You know about the fucking Kardashians, but you don't know shit about Dow Jones. What is up with that? Huh? You don't think I'm going to ask you that shit? Whenever I meet someone that acts smart, I do a smart check. Let's see how smart this mofo really is. And I start checking them. I start asking them shit. A lot of people fall short. They haven't studied. You better study the past, man. Study greats. You should always be studying some great, not to change your trading strategy, so that you can mentally understand how to handle it. Look at all the people that turned on Kathy Woods. Where are they at? You know where they at? Most of them quit the stock market. Look where she's at. Trading, still making money. Trading, still making money. Coming on TV, smiling. They ain't smiling. Why aren't they smiling? They never believed in the money flow to begin with. It's easy to believe when it's going up. The money's made after it comes down. You ever hear that in real estate? The money's made at the buy. Okay. Then we need to bring it down, I guess, right? To get it back up. If the damn thing's always going up, every once in a while we need it to come down. You can't let the 29% of the price moment blow you out of the market or change your attitude or get you all jacked up like you got to know it's coming. There's a crash coming, baby. There's a crash coming. You're going to have 10, 20, 30, 40 of them in your life. Bring them on. Take that fucking stock to zero. Let's go. Now, sometimes when I say that, that doesn't mean if you're a trader, you ride your trade to zero. That's not what I'm saying. That's a mental attitude based on the stock market that I know. You know what? Even if I mess up, I could trade my way out of this. Now, here's the caveat to that. You can't be buying junk, okay? You can't be out here buying fucking penny stocks and all kinds of crazy shit. I trade penny stocks, but you got to keep your position small. Spoke with a woman this week, or last week when I was in New York, in her 60s, had a massive position in Wish. She didn't know anything about Wish. Come on, man. How are you going to put that much in there? And then there was, the only stock she had that went up was Tesla. You know who you are. I hope you're listening. I told you I could help you. It don't matter if you're 12 years old or 60. I can show you the money flow. I need you to believe in this part. You must memorize the patterns you see in this picture. You should see it in your sleep. It is the master key to understanding price movement in the Money Flow Trading Society. Money Flow Trading System is a trend-following strategy that hopes to capture the uptrends and avoid the down trends or downsize or capitalize by shorting. You notice we said a lot there. The down moves depending on your goals. Let me say it again. The Money Flow Trading System is a trend-following strategy. Guess what? The trend can be different on a 1-minute chart than it is on a daily chart, right? That's the hardest part. So if you day trade with me, I day trade almost every day. And I know you can't make it, but I did. I used to have people all the time, well, I wish we could day trade and do much. Well, fuck, I'm doing it every day. Where are you? Now nobody shows up. You wanted to day trade, right? Let's day trade. 53-year-old man will out day trade your ass. You're busy. Everybody's busy. Too busy. I can't swing trade. I'm busy. Can't read that. I'm busy. Can't do my homework. I'm busy. Can't read Barron's. I'm too busy. I'm not the Money Flow gang, no. I hope that's not you. So when I say that, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to civilians, non-gang members, people that don't know shit. They're going to die broke. Most of the people they're going to be broke. They're going to be broke. And here's the sad thing, man. I had a guy the other day say, hey, man, I got to quit the group. You know, I got to get my buckets right. Shut up. You know how silly you sound? Just quit. All this babbling, because the thing that could get you out of debt the most is to stay closest to me, so I'm in your ear. And in the meantime, if you ain't got no money, what has that got to do with trading, dude? Nothing. Traded for years with no money, blowing out, getting back in, paper trading, learning. You think they're going to let that guy just, oh, you want to be a city bus driver? Here, just drive the bus, go around, pick up kids. No, they got to learn the route. Like, it doesn't matter what menial job. If you want to cook fries at McDonald's, they give you a goddamn handbook and you got to learn it and practice and study. So the fact that you ain't got no money, that's not your excuse. You ain't got no goddamn money because of the way you're processing information. So yeah, go away, don't learn, and then go forward another year. You got less experience. Man, what happens if this guy stays and he goes, you know what, gee, I ain't got no money, but fuck it, I'm going to just paper trade these things while I do this. I'm going to stay focused, stay the path. 12 months later, he comes into money. He gets out of debt. Now he's got 12 months of experience of trading, investing, watching the markets. What happens then? How fast does he grow exponentially? But instead, he's going to get everything fixed, come back to the markets, and start all over. Have lost all that momentum, man. Drives me crazy. If you're going to quit like a man. Don't make up some bullshit story about, like, man, drives me crazy, man. This is church. It's confession time. So Sundays, when it's time for you to get your mind right, you need to look over the last week. Did you keep up? There's things that I dropped, man. There's sections that I dropped. There's sectors that I didn't pay close enough attention to. I like to reflect on Sunday. What did I do to fuck up the last week? You better do that, man. The clock is ticking. Tell you what I told that 60-year-old. You've been wasting enough fucking time. You're 60 years old. From here forth, from this moment, from this day, your shit is together. No more excuses. You wake up tomorrow like you own this shit. And you don't go, oh, I'm new. All that stops. And you start talking as if and walking as though, and you are a fucking master. And you act like it. And you do the habits of a master. You want to be a master trader? Then fucking be one. Right now. This very second. Start right this second. And remove all the negativity. That's how you do it. You could be the greatest trader in the world if you'd move out of the way. If I'd move out of the way. It's funny, man. Whenever I say that, I'm the greatest trader in the world, there's always some dude who wants to let me know I'm not. Fuck that guy. Get out of here, man. Man, I ain't talking logic. You don't progress with logic. The market doesn't move based on logic or evidence or earnings. That's not what moves the market. Fear and greed, man. Fear and greed. Logic isn't what breaks you out. Great traders don't come from logic. They come from believing bigger shit than they could possibly imagine. There is no evidence to support what I'm saying. Of course not. That's why it's called fucking mindset. What am I going to walk around confined within my actual limits? Well, I only make this much, so I guess I'll just make that much. No, the way I make more at McDonald's is I'm the greatest motherfucker to ever work at McDonald's. That's how you do it. Excuse the French. But it might be about time that you start talking like that. Act like you care and act like it's time to get your shit together. Because there's a lot of people that come in and out of my life, and I can sense the bullshit the moment you open your mouth because I'm anointed. I've been doing this every day. I work every day. The way I got free and became a millionaire at 38 is I grind every day. Every day. I post it every day. I promise you, every day. And I work smart. And I'm leveraged. And I'm buying income. And I'm investing. And I'm running a business. And you know what I'm saying? Oh, podcasting, writing, creating courses, traveling, family, all that too. You got to do more, man. Because you have more, you can do more. That's what these markets offer you, man. No indicators on this right here. This is a daily chart of the Dow Jones Industrial Average, as by the DIA. So it's showing at about 35. That means we're at about 35,000. Take a Zero off of this, add. So if we back this up, I want you to notice something. This is a weekly. Look at this. This game is rigged, guys. Guess where it's going? Every once in a while, falls apart. This right here, what year was this? This is the COVID, this one here. I lost about half the money flow gang, blew it out. You know what they all said? I had a lot of them, they were nurses. Now, nurses were getting worked. They were getting worked. Doctors, nurses, getting worked. You know, a lot of them were like, I don't know, Gerald, I can't do this thing. All this over here. All right, bro, do that. Go just focus 100% on your job, man. Just let these markets, yeah, you're right. You're too busy, bro. I know you're too busy. Let it go. Look what happens. Now, what if he could do that and this? What if you could do that and this? What if you work 12 hours and trade? What if you could work 12 hours and trade and buy properties? What if you could work 12 hours and this and write properties and write? What if you're like, well, you can't do it. Really? I mean, all the people you look up to do. Elon Musk seems like he has a good time. He somehow does it. Right? You see what I'm saying? All the people you look, Jesus found time. I don't know. Martin Luther King, I mean, he figured it out. Little old you could figure it out too, man. Me too, man. I got to remind myself, this was the great crash, man. Lost half my following on that. And then we just, look, all of them, this has been the great growth crash, but it didn't hit the Dow Jones that bad. But you can see it come down. Now, inside of this is so much opportunity because we could drop the time frame. We could do 1 hour swing trades, right? We could do this, we could do that. There's so much stuff to market structure, and I see so many of you get caught up in the other things, man. You're trying to learn about options, still struggling with market structure and the fractional nature of price, of position sizing, setting targets, building a diversified portfolio, understanding different sectors. There's so much to inside of the money flow. It makes me cry when I see people so young and into it, and before you got it, you're already drifting. Oh, look at this. Look at this. And you ain't mastered this right in front of you. It's always worked. Money flow thinks that 71% of the time the stock market goes up. Okay, well, this is a monthly chart. Look, left to right. Okay? And these little times here, that's a big month down. Look. 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months down. 7, 8, 9, 10. Man, look at this one. That was the COVID. Look how fast that was. That was shocking. That was shockingly fast. That's when real estate was going to cry. Real estate is never coming back. We're all going. See, the problem is I can't believe that because I'm in a fucking cult. I already decided what I believe, and ain't no news gonna change it. Ain't no dipshit on YouTube. Ain't no fucking influencer, especially. Nobody on earth is gonna change my fucking opinion about the stock market. It goes up. Period. Man, if you thought like me, how fucking... Chris Johnson thinks like me. Sat at his house. He said, man, I want to thank you. And I said, for what? He said, man, do that first crash. Everybody on TV, everyone on YouTube, everywhere I opened was negative. This is going to go bad. This is going to happen. He said, you were the only one yelling, courage, yelling. Don't worry. Market always comes back. Well, trade it. You could be short over here trading it and over it. See, the reason people freak out, they ain't got their buckets divided. So when they buy and hold, there ain't shit to do. You don't even need to look at your account till you hit a stage 1. So if you ain't got no stage 1, there ain't no point in logging in. You don't need to even look at it, okay? You get what I'm saying? Now, I do. But my point being, in a buy and hold, that's what you're doing. You need it to come down. Good. So once you have buy and hold, and you get this swing trade down where you catch a 1, ride it up through the 2, take your profits, get out on the 4, or get short. Like you're using the money flow, you start to develop trading skills and it might take you a little while, okay? You might have to practice longer than there are seasons of the Kardashians. Now, the fucking Kardashians will grind it every day, but a lot of traders, I don't know. So if you could commit yourself at the commitment level of a Kardashian, you got girls in high heels wearing lipstick in LA partying, out grinding motherfuckers in the Midwest. I got grown men who can't grind like a 16-year-old girl on Instagram. Let that sink in. I got friends that are influencers, don't post as much as a teenage girl in California. So, that's why you have got to drive home. 71% of the time stocks are going up. This is a rigged game. I'm in on the rigging. So I'm here to get rich. So I began to divide my buckets. I got a buy and hold here. I swing trade all cash. No margin, baby. My biggest trading account is all cash, no margin. My loss, my gain, all my skill, no leverage. If I want leverage, I buy a 2x, 3x account. I'm not buying that shit on margin. I'm buying it with cash. You know what that allows me to do? Take a smaller position. Why? Because I'm smart. So I don't want the leverage to triple the leverage, which also, by the way, triples your risk. No, it allows me to commit less capital. So if I'm about to take a $3,000 trade, if they got a triple version, I could just take 1,000. Now I got 2 G's. I could go put on 2 more trades. Now I got 3 poles in the water instead of 1. Because truth is, I don't know what's going up. I can only read and look at the economy, and this is what I look at. Not what anybody's saying. This, what's the market doing? I don't have any guesses. I don't know. I'm not that fucking dumb. It's either going down or up. I don't know. But the market will tell me. And once a trend is established, and we can, I'm not going to define what that is. You can get my course, catch another class. But once it's established, I know where it's going. It's going to keep doing that till it stops. And its price has memory. So when it goes down, so if this right now, look at this. See, so what that green line does, here's the Dow without the green line. Now, I meant to do this before. That is obviously a breakout bar, right? This is obvious, guys. Look, little box right here, right? Here's the lowest low, right? Then what? We count bars. So if the next bar is above it, I know. So 1 bar, 2 bar, 3 bar, 4 bar. Now what I'm waiting for is what? A bar to get above the 5. And bam, it was right there. So that's my first entry on a money flow. We could do it over here too, right? We could do the same thing we just did there, right? And where do I think it's going to go? Price has memory. It remembers. Just like God remembers all the bullshit you do. All the shit talking you do. And I do. I thought you said you were gonna. I thought you. He remembers. Where do you think this might stop? Well, one of the foundational principles of the money flow trading system is the idea of support and resistance. And these are just zones. Price is like a magnet. It's drawn to them, okay? Look where this mofo stopped. That would have been the target because this is the stage 1. There's the entry. There's my breakout on the 20. Moves up my target's previous high. And if we were to put the RSI on here, now we go into stage 3. Price breaks down. We start to go into our 4. It stops. We can do our bar count. 1, 2, 3, 4. We get above the 5-day exponential. And that's going to be our 20-day breakout. Save changes. Yeah, let's save these for just a second. And let's do that, man. Let's put an overlay on there. Let's put a moving average, a simple moving average. Man, let's make it a 20. I know a lot of you nerds like the 50. 50 don't mean shit. Let's see, solid thick. Let's see. Man. Woo, baby. Look at that. Come on, man. It's the greatest ever. The greatest trader ever. Look at that. I said that'd be the 20. Bam. Let's throw that 5 on there too while we're at it, man. Come on, Gerald. Let's see. Let's put that 5 exponential. And see, this becomes our scope. And when you're new, you need it. I don't need it. You're going to need it, though. Let's see. Let's do red. Let's do dashed. Let's do dash thick. You're going to need it, okay? Bam. Look at that. What did I say? Right there? That's our 5. That's our break above the 5. Right there. And then what? 20. And that's just because if you stare at it enough, you get enough charge. Oh, but what if I run a filter? Because I'm so busy, I need a filter. One thing you could do is just look at charts. I don't know, that's an idea. So you could actually become good at it. And when you're an old man, maybe then you need filters. My man Michael Crow confessed to me that he used filters. I almost killed the interview. I let it go because he's my friend. Probably not going to let it go on you guys that have been trading under 2 years. You don't need no fucking filters. You need time trading. You don't need shit easier. You need it harder. You're already too soft. Every shower's warm. Dinner exactly at a certain time. Oh my God, it's hot. I don't want to go outside. Well, I'm trying to do balance. Now I don't want. You need hard, man. You need to struggle. Iron sharpens iron. That's what you need. You need to make this shit harder, not easier. You should brace it, welcome it. Nobody getting good being soft and lazy. You need to push on this. It's supposed to stress you out. That's because you're doing something. Drives me crazy. Why are you sweating in the gym and you don't sweat on the charts? Don't even get me going, man. People get what they deserve. Look at that zone. Bam. There's a nice zone in here. I'm not going to go long today. I'm getting riled up. Now I'm getting pissed as I talk about filters. So yeah, be like note to self when I talk to GP, when I book a one-on-one, don't mention the filters I run. A lot of you guys run filters. I know it. I can look at you and tell you're a filter guy. You guys always got product, fucking lotion, soft, always looking for the shortcut and the hack. These words are always coming out, man. It's the same old words: filter, hack, shortcut. How can I buy? It's just a different terminology, man. You never hear me say shit like that. So, anyway, maybe you're a product of your generation. So this is a weekly chart. Look, left to right, it goes up. So once you finalize this, greatest gift I could give you is not trading. Most of you are going to style drift. I know that. You're not going to stay with the money flow. I wish you would. Some will. I know that. But maybe they'll take a little bit of it, okay? But what I hope you get the most is that over time, look at the Dow Jones. Over time, we are playing a rigged game, baby. It's rigged. Let's get on the side of the rich. See, the rich know it's rigged. Right? Now you can listen, the more you're in the market, longer you're in your goal's not to avoid all the ups and downs. You can do that as you mature. This game plays forever. This will outlive you. The shit you create, the money you make, the things you do could go to your grandkids if you had such an influence on them. If you put such an influence on them, meaning if they lived a life that respected investing, that it was something that was talked about at your house, they have a fucking responsibility. They know Grandpa spent his whole life working on this shit. He used to sit in front of a computer every day, looking at stocks, reading, looking at things, Barron's. We could see it. There was fucking evidence. It's all around this dude. Dude, I walk around, stock fucking tips fall out my pocket. Everywhere I go. Nobody cares. You know how many people come up and ask me, hey, what's the stock you're researching right now? Nobody asked me that. You know what they wanted to know? How can I get it without putting any money down? Shocks me. More people don't ask me, what stock am I looking at or what I'm thinking of buying? And if you ask me that here in the next shortly, I'm going to block you. Don't ask because I told you to. You should have already thought of it. Most thing I get asked, man, is either one, appreciation, which I love. I probably just text them the stocks later anyway. You know what I'm saying? but a lot of hacks. Don't think like that. Don't think like that. You shouldn't let me leave the room without giving you a stock tip, man. And I know there's people say, yeah, tips are not, but I don't mean it like that. I study, man, research. I have a lady, all she does for me is research. I just send tickers. She sends back her opinion. She hates every stock, every fucking one of them. Every stock I've ever bought, she hates it. So I know what's up. So when I send it to her, I'm like, hey, what's up? You like this? Comes back. I know she hates it. But guess what I get to see? The negative side. What am I missing? Because, yeah, I want the fundamental side too. We put a ton of research, or I did, into Delta Airlines to the point of going, hey, you work at Delta? How's the snack business going? Tell me about see what I'm saying? So that when we come down into a perfect money flow pattern right around in here, I need to know, man, what's up? Are we doing a leg down or are we doing a leg up? Fundamentally, what's going on at the company? So we're researching. Where is the S&P 500? If the market's in a bear market, it don't fucking matter. This stock's going down. Even if it pops, it's going to come down. If the Qs keep dropping, Amazon's coming with it. It doesn't matter. You post good earnings, and it'll have to be damn good for you to stay up and keep going if the entire market is selling off. Right? How long does it take people to learn that? What do you think about this stock? We're in a bear market. That's what I think. No, I wouldn't buy penny stocks into a fucking collapse. No, man, come on. If anything, I'm going to look for the bottom so that I can pick up the quality things, right? So if you remember, what was I looking for last week, man? Looking at Campbell's. This company's doing pretty good, trading way below the 200. I'm in a stage one, so I got to go research. Where's the XLP? That's the stock index this is in. Where's the account? What's going on? Could let us know how aggressive do we want to make this? Do how we want to weight it? If we're in a bull market and we got a high quality dividend stock way below the 200, that sets up trading possibilities. That sets up options plays. That sets up adding to my buy and hold. That sets up all kinds of shit. Can you see how we can play it? Because it's fractal. There's lots of ways. Or maybe if the market looks like it's coming down, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to just drip at this because good chance it's going to break down and we're going to go into another stage one. And we're going to stair step down because of the way the overall market is going. That's called top-down analysis. Bottom up is just looking at stocks, which is fine. And then they got technical versus fundamental. I'm trying to do all of it. I want to look top down. I want to look bottom up. I want to look technically. I want to look fundamentally. I want to look. You get what I'm saying? Matter of fact, I might want to look on the 1 minute and I might day trade it. You might say, Gerald, I can't hold all that in my mind. I know. I've been doing it for a long fucking time. So unlike these other pogues, I didn't get blown out. I got what's called experience. And so I stayed in. I'm not getting, you can't knock me out with a crash. Come on, man. That's kids play. Bring it down. Take it to fucking zero. See, they can't stop that, man. That's what that means. I don't want the stock to go to zero. I'm not a masochist. When I say that, that makes me feel like, yeah, fuck these motherfuckers. Like, you get what I'm saying? That's how I get. When people get negative on the market, I get mad at those people. I don't even know those people. I don't know that YouTuber. Fuck that YouTuber. Why? That's me, man. That's 10 foot tall and bulletproof. Nobody's going to trade my money but me. You get what I'm saying? So I got to toughen me. I got to reinforce what I believe. And that's this. 71% of the time, stock market goes up. And I always play to win. So I'm going to be on the winning side. Guess what? I like to get rich quick too. Yeah, I'm playing the long game and the short game. Had a guy who was doing a talk and he said, focus on the long game. Don't be a get rich quicker. Shit, I am. Who doesn't want to get rich quick? So that's what I said in my head as he's talking. But I knew what he was saying. And as I'm listening, I'm like, can I say something? It's always fun to disagree with your friends on stage. Can I say one thing? Hello. If you were at our event in New York, I had a Bitcoin in my hand. Did you see it? Can you feel it? Did you see that? I was holding it. There was a dude, I was holding it in my hand. I took a picture. I checked the price of Bitcoin twice when my friends were talking. Why? I don't know what they're saying. I'm worried about Bitcoin. Why? Because I'm sold out, baby. I'm sold out. You get what I'm saying? Ain't nothing, I mean, I don't, I am. The third principle, the 9 thoughts on getting rich. Number 3, revolve your life around it. Meaning, it had been a minute since I checked the price. I'm in a trade. I'm on stage. You might say, well, I'm going to live about, yeah, you do that. I'm going to check the price. What if I do that my whole life? That makes me a master. See, Da Vinci was kind of weird. Steve Jobs, that dude was tough to get around, man. Elon, that motherfucker's crazy. You better get crazy. You better get crazy. You ever meet the professor? That dude might be he's weird. I love him. You ever meet Chris Johnson? That's a strange fella. He's awesome. Why? Because he's sold out to it. There's no maybe or if. I don't know if this, everybody goes through that in the beginning. But then at some point, you have a moment. Some point, it becomes a religion. Some point, you decide. And nothing makes me sadder than to watch someone work their whole life. They got a 401k with $420,000 and the company says, here. And now they got 450 fucking grand. They've never managed money in their life. That shit was taken out, automatically deposited. This is my problem with the index-only crowd. You're dumb. You don't know shit. You have decided to opt out of the greatest wealth generation fucking possibility in your life to chase a fucking index fund to achieve average results. That shit can't come out of my mouth. I get it. You're talking to other people. Maybe you're talking to civilians. I don't know. I assume when I'm talking to gangsters, people, hustlers. They want to get rich. So I'm not going to talk to them about shit that's going to make them average. So they retire with 420 grand. I want you to have 420 fucking grand when you're 33. And you say, well, I'm 33 and I don't have it. Then good, 37. You say, well, I'm 37, I don't have that. Good. Well, you got till you're 39. In other words, right this moment, you change that shit. And here's the thing. They hand them that money, and guess what they don't know? Nothing. They don't understand the economy. They damn sure don't know about bonds. They definitely don't know about closed-end funds or how REITs work or the different types of REITs, a hospital REIT. Oh, by the way, all my friends drive low riders. I actually do have friends that drive low riders, by the way. But we were banging this one. MPW, weren't we? We were banging it. We started right here. It was already on sale. I talked to Chris Johnson about this one. We bought some more. He was down a good chunk too, more than most people will ever have. He was down that much. He was down as much as most people will ever accumulate, and giggled and said, here's the cool thing. All these dividends are going to buy me shares lower. I ain't got to do shit. I don't even got to look at the charts and I'm going to get it lower. Like he thought that was an advantage. I was like, man, I wish the people in my Discord did that. I wish the people in my life did that. But a lot do, and they understand it. I'm talking to people. But look, we were banging these stage ones, man. Right? The money flow got you in right here, dude. So if you faithfully followed it, we don't know where it's going. I always say, past performance is not indicative of future results. I don't know. Jerome Powell seems to think it is, man. He doesn't have to say that. But look, we come over here. That's the money flow, baby. Right? That's this. And if I believe that 71% of the time stocks go up, and this stock is down because of banking crisis, I took advantage of it. I treated that like a hooker. I'm going to be honest. I'm sorry. Should I not say it? I'm getting the fingers across the throat thing again. I can't say that either. Come on, man. Why are you helping me if all you're going to do is tell me shit I can't say? I got somebody helping me. All they do is tell me things I can't say. I can do that on my own, bro. So that's when I started becoming a carpenter. I was like, shit, I can fuck it up myself, man. People are like, well, you manage your own properties? Yeah, I can mess it up myself, man. Every manager I ever met messes it up. I ain't ever met a good property manager. I ain't ever met a good property manager. Not ever. Not ever, ever, ever in my life have I met anyone that said, I love my property manager. Nope, never have. Not once. Not one fucking time. Have I ever met someone that said that to me? Oh, they're awesome. All I do is sit back and collect checks. Never, never. So why would I pay someone to mess up? I can mess up my own self. So I digress. There's our anchor point, 1 bar, 2 bar, 3 bar, 4 bar. Are we above the 5? Bam. Money flow says bottom. Bottom. Actually, it doesn't say bottom. It says stage 1 buy. We don't know if it's the bottom. It is a lot. Was right there. It says buy right there. So buy. And then look. There's a 15% yield. Now we're up, what, 20, 30%, collecting 15% yield. You know, and for me, that means a lot, because if I took a dude that didn't really know the stock market, he really didn't know about it, and he comes along, he reads my free ebook, free, totally fucking free, and then all I ask is click like, and he's so busy he can't do that. So he reads my book free, then never clicks like, and then people wonder why I'm mad all the time, because you guys don't click buttons. I digress. I'm not supposed to say that either. They're telling me to stop. So as it goes up, that dividend yield and that return go way higher. So now I'm up 20 something, almost 30%, and I'm getting a 15% dividend yield. What is my actual return? It's probably going to end up being more like 30, 35%. What if we play this out over the next 2, 3, 4 years, and every crash I just buy stage 1s, and I'm like, fuck it, take the stock to 0, man. That's how I play the buy and hold. And but preference. It could go to 0. I know that. So be careful what you say. You might get called on it. So we diversify. And we diversify within REITs, within closed-end funds, within stocks. We have growth, big cap growth. We have tech. We have consumer staples. We have finance. And if you wait long enough, all of these sectors, all of these things are going to give you a buying opportunity over and over and over and over. And when so Campbell's ain't exciting. It's never going to be exciting. This will never be an exciting stock. And yet, if you're 20 years old, I'd buy some fucking Camels on a stage 1. Why? Because I'm going to keep it till I'm 70. And I'm going to look back and go, man, that was smart. The $1,000 I put in Campbell's on a stage 1 when I was 22 is now worth 50 fucking grand. What did I do? Nothing. I just faithfully followed the money flow. That was it. I just bought stage 1s. 1 share here, 2 there, and over my lifetime. And I diversified it. And I just believed. And whenever we sold off, I ignored everyone. And I followed the money flow. And that's it. That's how I got rich. Sounded like that's partly how Chris got rich. He took the money he made. That's called buy income. Get money, buy income, right? Shit, I didn't even have a name for it when I started doing it because there was no social media. The internet had just come out, man. Buy income. Then I heard it was called the FIRE movement, financial independence retire early. Shit, I said, man, that shit's called the money flow, baby. The money flow. You know what you got? See, I'm smarter than them. Now, Chris, I'm talking about the people doing the FIRE movement with your index funds. Always makes me giggle. We don't have that. We're smarter than that. We know exactly when to buy an index fund. We know exactly when to buy indexes inside of the damn index fund. So let's say you want to buy an index fund. Cool. You know how I would do it as a money flow, man? I'd buy all fucking 11 of them individually, and then I'd watch. And as I added new money to my, quote, index fund, see, I just improved the index fund. So instead of buying one, the VOO, because I can't track 2, Gerald. It's so confusing. I can track 36 football teams, but there's no way I could track 6 stocks. So as we have the stock, we go, okay, well, the S&P's made up of 11 sectors. Why don't we just buy the 11, each one? So instead of having one index fund, we got 11. Now as the economy cycles, let me show you. And we go into a sell-off. Oh, it would be this, XLF. I forgot, we're doing it look. So instead of randomly adding to the S&P, oh, it's Friday, I put my money in the VOO. You know why that works? Because of the money flow. 70% of the time prices go up. That's why index funding works. Duh. Now what if we could improve on it? So look at this pattern. Sideways, up, sideways. What does this also allow? I could trim. So you could be in the index only gang. You just need to break it into 11, and then you lay the money flow over it. And now what? Oh my God, dude! It opens up all kinds. Man, we could do all kinds of shit now that we know this. I just simply took the index fund, I made it into 11. Now we got 11. We lay this over, and as we watch, we can see these bottom outs. We can buy these stage ones, and we can build positions within the 11 sectors. And when they run, we could trim them and shit. We could add it to the VOO if that's what you wanted to do. It's what I do in crypto. If a crypto coin runs, I chill some off and buy Bitcoin with it. Thank you very much, sir. And so I run 18 coins, and every time one runs, I trim some and I buy some Bitcoin. And then when the coin falls back down, it goes stage one, I buy some. I think I invented something. It's called the money flow, man. Man, goddamn. That's it, man. I hope you guys, I know you're in. I know most of you are. Some of you are new. That's all right. I love you too. I like the new people too, man. Let me try to help you, man. Yes, yes.